Y'all, welcome to Gobi Games. I'm your host, Gobi. With me tonight is Alpha, Nighthawk, Jess, and Trey. Uh, Huge shout out to my daughter, Lola V. Happy birthday today. I wish I got to see you or
Woot
talk to you today,
woot.
but happy birthday, sweetheart. Daddy loves you. How you guys doing tonight?
Doing okay.
Yeah, doing all right. Another day.
Celebrating the big girl's birthday.
Yeah.
That's all I'm doing.
So we talked about Xbox and PS4 launch on the Frosty Pines podcast, and now they say, guess what, people? We don't have enough. Is anyone here surprised by this?
Nope.
I mean,
No.
not
I
really.
would.
No.
Not gonna lie, I'm a little more surprised that they followed it up with, and we're not going to be able to make any enough for demand. I am kind of surprised by that one.
Yeah.
But
The article we're looking at says it's going to have limited availability until April of 2021. This is only for the Series X and the Xbox Series S. I do know that PlayStation is kind of in a similar bundle. I don't know what their time frame is, though. I know we haven't had a whole lot of members in the clan actually get a PS5. I think one person I saw. You guys are the PS4
I think
people.
so.
Anybody you guys know with one?
I have some friends that bought the PS5 and then also friends who bought the Xboxes, so it's
Do
a
they have-
mixed bag.
Do they have them in their hands?
Yeah, like they actually physically have them.
Yeah, I do have a couple of friends that pre-ordered them as well, so they physically got them.
That's good.
I think
I
I,
mean-
have one friend that
Mhm.
pre-ordered a PS5. I saw it on a Snapchat or something. I don't remember who though.
Yeah, my friends bought extras so they could resell them.
So your friends are part of the problem.
I mean, they're making money.
Somebody's
Living
gotta
the
make
American
money,
dream.
right?
Hey, as long as they're not trying to sell them for like $1,200 like everybody else.
No, they're like upselling them by like another 200, I think. It's nothing
That's
ridiculous.
not that bad.
Yeah. So
That's acceptable.
speaking of PS5, so there's a fun, we'll call it bug, on the PS5. We all played, or a bunch of us play No Man's Sky. But if you play No Man's Sky, you own a PS4 and you upgrade it to a PS5. Apparently, they're having problems on the PS5 getting it to run the PS5 version of the game. This is pretty interesting. So basically, it was a special patch is needed to play the game with next gen functionality, and it doesn't sound like it automatically downloads it.
Yeah, so it sounds like a
Oh.
lot of people were still playing the PS4 version on their PS5s.
So it sounds like the main problem that's happening with PS5 and every game that came out?
Yeah, it didn't Call of Duty have this issue too, where like people
Yep.
weren't playing.
Call of Duty. Sorry.
Yeah, they were playing the PS4 version on the PS5, and it like, I don't even know how you would figure out the difference. Like, I don't. I'd love to find
Probably the
somebody
disappointment when you loaded it up and it just didn't look all that great.
this.
Or smart people.
Yeah, and speaking of the other Call of Duty, gee, who would have guessed this? The SMG is broken in the game. Not only SMG, but the default starting SMG in the game is overpowered. Thoughts? Anybody surprised by this? First off,
I was
Anybody?
gonna say I wish I could be surprised, but you know,
uh,
what doesn't end up being broken in the first couple of days with Call of Duty?
They pretty
Okay.
consistently put out a product rush style.
yeah. Okay. The downside of this article you're reading, they basically talk about, how the MP5 is overpowered and they're gonna nerf it and stuff. And I was reading it, and in reality, the MP5 right now in Call of Duty only fires at 857 RPMs. So if you don't realize, that's actually 43 RPM slower than an MP5 release fires in real life. It shoots at 900 RPMs, and they have the damage at 32. So that might be a little bit high. They could maybe tone it down to 30, but the biggest problem is the maps in Call of Duty. I love the maps. I love the map layouts. But again, I'm a close quarter guy. I love assault rifles and SMGs. Um, so the maps are small that you don't really like get out of an SMG's range for max damage on the maps because they're tiny, and that's part of the problem. Uh, in reality, the few games that I did play of Cold War multiplayer, like sniper rifles, are completely useless. There are no sight lines for them. The maps seem a little more open, so there's not a whole lot of hiding for snipers to hide at, and pick people off. Which also helps with the corner camping. I mean, I'm not saying that people don't corner camp in Call of Duty because, yeah, that would just be blasphemous. But the MP5, I feel like is in actually a good spot in the game. Maybe instead of nerfing the MP5, they can figure out a way to make the other guns work better. And it could just be a map problem, too. I mean, it might end up they have to nerf it, but I'm not a huge fan of nerfing guns right away just because the internet cries it's too strong.
Well, yeah, I would agree with you completely there.
Yeah, I mean, the internet's never wrong, right?
No, never.
Nope.
Seems to be the driving force behind most games. So
Yeah. All right, now we kind of burned through topics fast, but this next part is going to take us the rest of the podcast. It's a game that I don't play, but it seems immensely popular everywhere, and it's one of those love it or hate it games. Yes, we are talking about Destiny 2.
Finally.
It
only took you 3 podcasts.
Yeah, it's high on my priority list, let me tell you.
Clearly.
So actually, one thing before we get into this. So I learned some interesting information last night, and I want to know what your guys' thoughts on it, and whatever. So apparently they changed how Nightfalls work, and in particular, how Nightfall scoring works. As in, the more kills you get in the Nightfall, the higher reward or whatever you get. Is that true?
Honestly, I am not a high enough light level just yet to start playing Nightfalls, so I'm not too sure.
Oh, you could be grinding the Destiny 2 like Bomb Tank right now.
What do you think I'm doing right now?
Yeah, he's sitting there, he's playing Destiny as we're talking.
Oh,
yeah, I'm doing the same thing.
So what we're hearing here is Bomb Tank, you're a slacker, all these other people can multitask, and you should have joined us.
Yeah.
That is exactly
That's
what
the
we're saying.
takeaway from this entire podcast. We should make
I
it the
was
slogan for this one.
I was streaming mine so that Jess could watch while hers downloaded.
Yeah, Tank abandoned us.
It's all good. So tell me a little bit about this Destiny 2 update and good, bad, the ugly. I don't care what you
There's
start
so
with.
much change, but
There
like,
is
in
so
a
much
good way.
change.
In a good and a bad way, I
It's a
guess.
lot.
Yeah. I mean, I guess to make it real easy, starting off with the bad is just the fact that we've
Half
spent
the game.
Yeah, we've spent how many years now with like grinding out all this awesome gear, all the gear we've been wanting, and they kind of took it all away from us and told us, "Sorry, you won't be getting it back for a while."
Yeah.
I mean, you can still use gear that was sunsetted. It just isn't going to get much stronger.
Yeah, well, that I was gonna say with that too. Not only did they take it away from us, they also told us we can't, we can't upgrade our gear to be as strong as the new gear, so we have to start all over again.
Yeah, and one thing I noticed right off the bat is the level cap for the sunset gear is 10 levels lower than the minimum requirement for the first level of the campaign.
Yeah.
So they've
Yeah.
made it to where you actually have to grind out gear before you can even start the new content.
It was rough. I tried and I played for like a good 4 or 5 hours just trying to get past that first mission because my light level was so low until I finally Tank was just like, I'll just hop in and help you. I was like, thanks.
Yeah,
Like
I
having
wonder if
that
they did
extra
that.
person was needed.
Yeah, I wonder if they're doing that to try and promote co-op gameplay. kind of the way the game was designed. Because I know all the previous expansions, I could burn through them with very little effort. There wasn't a whole
Yeah.
lot of help needed.
I will give them credit for making this expansion a lot harder than any previous expansion they've ever done, because even just like enemy scale wise, they made it a lot harder.
Like, even
It's
if you're
gonna
just running around like the new planet and stuff and just playing, like the enemies that just keep spawning, like they're not as easy to kill as they were in the past.
No, and I think maybe that's an attempt to throttle some things a little bit, keep
I
people
would
from
agree.
burning through the content.
Yeah.
Don't they
No,
already
idea.
time gate you as it is to keep you from going through the content?
Now, here's the fun one. Who here really enjoys that goddamn snowstorm that happens like once every 10 minutes on Europa?
I got the first time I experienced one, I got completely lost. I had no idea where I was supposed to go. Walked off of a cliff, like it was
Yeah.
terrible.
So on the new map in Europa, they have added, because it's all snowy. They've added snowstorms, but they're so bad that you can't even see like 2 feet in front of you.
Whiteout blizzards that
Yeah.
belong in like Antarctica.
Yeah. So
Or
you're like
Wisconsin?
you're
Well,
kind of
sure. Yeah, where you are.
Okay.
yeah.
I do think it's nice that well, sorry, this is not Europa related, but that they are giving us the chance to go back and receive like old exotics from past seasons. You just need to have the
Yes.
resources to do it.
Yeah, they're allowing you to buy any exotic you missed. You just need a lot of resources.
So all the ones that were like super PvP heavy that we just gave up on.
Yep,
Exactly, those two.
we can get those now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think
Okay.
the coolest thing that Matt pointed out to me earlier was what happened with ghost shells. How they can take mods now,
Oh yeah.
and
Yeah.
they can
Yeah.
actually
I
be
love it.
masterworked.
Yep, and they're basically useful. I mean,
Yeah,
you can use a ghost shell to up your XP gains by 15%.
They don't
Yeah.
just blindly follow you around the game anymore.
yeah. The only thing is that the 15% is only good for this season. So
That's
there's
true.
regular mods and there's like fragile mods, which are like the amped version of any mod, but then they only last for the season before they take it
Yeah.
away.
Which is
Oh.
pretty normal. They always have seasonal mods.
Yep.
Yeah, that's true. I think the most interesting thing, because I was reading about it after he told me, was that when you masterwork it, you get a special mod slot.
Yes, you do.
Yeah, and then you have like different options on what kind of mod you're going to put there. Like you could get one that increases drops for legendary armor pieces,
Yeah.
and then you just have to do certain things in Gambit, Crucible, or Strikes in order to do that. And then they have like all different kinds. You just have to drop them.
See.
Yeah.
So, how many of you guys play as Warlock?
Nope.
My main is a warlock.
So you guys haven't exploited the insta-kill bosses exploit then?
No, but I also had the xenophage, which is like I could do that anyway. And
Yeah. That's true.
Yeah.
He's not wrong there.
So I don't. There's apparently like the warlock got a subclass that is like dark energy, and it's
Well, they all did, but
overpowered.
yeah.
Yeah, it's like how Titans did in PvP. So like their shoulder charge was already like a one-hit kill, but now it's even more one-hit kill.
yeah,
Oh,
the warlocks were always pretty beefy, but to give them something like what they screwed up with was kind of unnerving. And from what I understand, they've done that with a couple things, because I noticed I can't use my Wither Horde for the same reason, because it insta-kills people in PvP now.
Yeah, it's not damage over time. Like once you shoot somebody with the Wither Word, they instantly die. So now you're just not allowed to use it while they fix it.
well, I mean that's totally understandable. I mean,
Yeah.
Jesus Christ,
Oh Lord.
that's not broken at all. Here, this is supposed to do damage over time. Instead, you're dead.
Yeah, we'll go ahead and
Yeah.
take away the one grenade launcher that everybody liked, which was the mountaintop. We'll replace it with this one that's somehow more powerful.
So what
Yeah.
I'm getting is, so I played Destiny 2 on day one when it released on PC. I was probably the biggest critic of Destiny 2 on PC. So for those of
No.
you that don't know, Destiny 2 originally launched on BattleNet, and it was the disaster. We won't go into that. And I said before the game even released, it needed to be released on Steam if they wanted to do anything on PC or even whatever. Lo and behold, it releases on Steam. Everybody loves it, and then they take away half the game after they give it away for free. Cool move. Good job. Are you sure you still don't work for Activision?
No, they work for Bungie.
Yeah, right. But I played as a hunter, so basically what you're telling me is I fucked up by playing as a hunter because it's the lamest class and everything else is
Yes.
overpowered.
What? No.
I play as a hunter. I like my hunter.
Ew, take that back. What happened?
No, I do.
Yeah,
I always play
people-
as a hunter.
People who started as
Hunter's
hunters
OP.
see everybody else as inferior, and whoever didn't
mean-
start as a hunter refuses to play it because of the way people who started hunters are.
Look, Titans eat crayons, alright? So, what do you want from us?
Bunch of glue sniffers.
Yeah,
I
really.
started as a Titan and then was willing to play a Warlock, but my hunters, it exists.
I have never moved from a Titan, and you know what? I
You
never
never
will.
will.
From what I understand, they're one of the stronger classes, if not the strongest now, with the stasis abilities.
Yes.
Yeah, they're gonna
However-
drop that.
However, it just takes 3.5 years for you to get your stasis ability to a good point. So,
So
but
That's kind of how it was in Destiny 1. You had to
That's-
unlock the whole thing before you could use it.
that is true. This is a little more. This whole new stasis grind is a little more ridiculous because at least that time as you were grinding, it unlocked everything, but this won't let you start to unlock anything until you've grinded out the entire campaign for it. So it's like, which is currently what I'm doing.
So they made some adjustments to lost sectors as well.
Yeah, those things are broken. People are power leveling through them.
Not anymore. They fixed those.
Yeah.
Oh, so we missed our window.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
that was only for like the first week, I think.
as much as people won't like to admit that it is a good thing that they did, the one major thing that they did when they made the game smaller was they made it a lot easier for them to update quickly and quietly.
Whoa, hold up. Let's rephrase that. All right, they took away half the game. It is still the same fucking size physically.
No, they made
That's
it.
true.
I was talking to Jess about this earlier. Somehow the game is 3/4 the size when you're playing it, but it's 3 times the size when you're installing it.
Yeah,
yeah,
it's a huge install. It's
Well,
like
so-
180 gigs.
That's because it's a
What?
complete reinstall of the game.
Yeah.
Oh, you're talking on PS4, right? Because I mean,
No, on
Yes.
PC.
what?
What?
So on,
No way.
yeah. On Steam, you have to install the 50 gig first, and then you
Oh,
can
yeah.
install the 100 gig after.
Yeah,
Yep.
I had to. It took me like
Oh,
2 hours to install
Yeah,
the
it's
new DLC on my
insane.
PC,
So
and
what
we
they
don't have
did-
third world internet.
What they did was they made the game technically in many different ways. They made it smaller, but they made it a lot easier for them to service it without telling us they were servicing it. So
Yeah.
one of the main things, I mean, everybody was talking about how you can exploit lost sectors, and within 24 hours they had patched that.
so they basically
Which is
made it
kinda
so
cool,
they
'cause
could
they're-
do. Sorry, go ahead.
No, I was going to say what you might have been leaning towards. They're basically crowdsourcing and can update it on the fly.
Yes, and they're moving. What they have always said is they wanted to make it an ever-evolving game so that they could constantly change it and make it truly open world. But we'll see how long that lasts.
I think
Yeah.
that might not be a bad thing. What I was saying is they're moving to server side updates instead of client
Yes.
side updates,
Yeah.
which makes sense logically, but yeah, there's still bugs in it. And I'm sorry,
Oh yeah.
but they're rivaling fucking Call of Duty now for size on my hard drive space. Like, we just got done doing a podcast about how Call of Duty Modern Warfare takes 252 gigabytes fully installed. All right? Call of Duty Cold War takes, if you don't, okay, so I didn't install the campaign, I didn't install Dead Ops Arcade, and I think that was it, and it was still an 86 gigabyte download. If I would have just installed the campaign, it jumped to 136 gigabytes. If I installed all of it, it was like 168 or some shit like that.
Good
On day
lord.
one. On day one. And now you tell me Destiny is like 180 gigs.
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, I'm gonna need much more hard drive space.
Yeah.
That's all.
Jeff's
I'm
just
already
ran
ordering
into
an
that
external
problem.
one.
Sounds like you should upgrade the PC.
You
So,
know,
I know.
I would do that if I could claim my kids on taxes. Oh wait, I'm sorry. We won't go into slamming the X.
Nope. Happy,
Nope.
happy, positive podcast. So, Gobi aside, because he doesn't play, can we talk about the other elephant in the room for Destiny 2?
Yeah, go for
Yes.
it.
The fact that our guardians talk now?
Oh.
Yeah. Can we all just
Yeah.
can we all openly admit that we were all extremely ecstatic about that fact?
It was fascinating.
Like,
For the first 5 seconds of his monologue, I was trying to figure out who the heck was talking to my ghost.
Yeah,
yeah,
like who's speaking?
it only took them, 7 years to give our guardian a voice again.
Well, and the best part is, it sounds exactly like the first voice we had.
Yeah, exactly.
Maybe he had a traumatic experience and he lost his voice and he can only speak with sign language.
Nah.
That's possible. And then
No.
somehow had a re-traumatic experience to where he can
Well,
talk
yeah,
again.
and the last time he actually spoke was after Cade died. Spoilers.
You know what? Maybe that's what it was. He
That
took
makes
like
sense.
a stance of solitude, in respect for Cade.
Well, he talked during Cade's death. That was like the first time we heard his voice again, and then
And
Hey,
the last
I
time.
miss
Whoa, whoa.
Cade. He
Wait a
needs
second.
Me
to come
too.
back.
Okay, so they gave you a voice, but it's only a single voice?
Yeah.
Yes.
you can't pick your voice.
But no,
It's the
so
same male and same female for
Oh,
all
so-
classes.
okay, so there is a male and a female voice.
Oh,
Yes,
yeah.
yes,
That's-
yes.
that's what
There's
I
a
was getting
gender
at.
differentiation. Yes.
Yeah. Okay, that's neat. I mean, that's almost as big as Fallout 76 adding NPCs. I mean,
Yeah, it was a big surprising deal.
yeah, I didn't even know that was a thing, but that's cool. Yeah. Is that what
It
else?
was-
More? Give me more. Now that I'm gonna play it.
Oh, so apparently, reading an article, apparently Osiris and Saint 14 are more than just good
Oh,
friends.
yes,
That they're
so-
dating and practically
What?
married.
They're not really alluding to whether or not they're dating or married, but they are alluding to the fact that Osiris is in love with Saint 14 and that it is reciprocated.
To be fair, I think everybody's in love with Saint 14, but it's not
Yes.
reciprocated.
So if you go into the tower now, you can take an elevator down to Zavala's office, and in Zavala's office you can interact with like a computer basically, and it's a direct line to Osiris. And every time you speak to Osiris, he tells you at like the very end, he'll tell you to say something to Saint 14, and it's usually along the lines of he either like starts and is like, "Oh, tell Saint 14 you know what? Never mind. I'll tell him next time I see him." Or he'll be like, the most blatant ones are tell Osiris or tell Saint 14 I miss him and I'll see him soon.
Well, then
No,
the
we didn't talk
article
about
is saying
that.
like apparently Saint 14 was hiding letters in Osiris's ship.
Yes.
And then there was a conversation between Osiris and the Drifter where they talk about and confirm the relationship.
Would make sense considering
Yes.
the effort that Osiris put into finding Saint 14. Like, it was it was obvious that they were pretty close, but I always put it together in my head that they were just buddies.
Yeah, let's just say
Maybe
they're besties.
maybe a little bit of a bromance going on there. And I mean,
Yeah. I thought it was just that they were best friends, but there were, I'm not going to lie, without connecting the dots, there were a couple times where I was like, oh man, like for friends, they're really close.
Yeah. They have started to make it a little more obvious that something is a little more than just friends with those two.
It's interesting that they've taken that route with it, and it seems like they've been setting it up for a long time, too.
is there any
Yeah.
other romances, we'll call them, in the game?
So
Zavala
as
and everyone.
My least favorite character? Come on. I mean,
Everybody's
So-
least favorite
Christ.
character.
this one was saying, this article that I've been reading is saying, it's the first like active relationship, so to speak, in the game. But in the
Yeah.
past, there was like Mara and Shax had a moment. And the general consensus is that they were actual people. And then they were saying that Anna Bray is in a relationship with a woman, but no one that we know. And then that the Drifter was implying that Eris has a crush on Zavala, but
Lord.
nothing's come of that.
Well,
So
I'm pretty sure
who
we
knows?
do know that Cade and
I was gonna
what's
say
her name? Cade
Ikora?
and Ikora were a thing because they always talk about that, unless that was just a big joke
Cade
between
and-
them. But it didn't seem like it. It seemed like they
No,
were.
so I think that one was a joke because the one that really was happening was Cade and what's her face? The
The
awoken
clan lady?
chick.
Oh.
No, the awoken chick.
Yeah.
Miroslav?
No.
I
Oh, are you
stopped
talking
playing
about
when
the
they killed
Queen's
off
hand
Cade.
or whatever?
Yeah, to be
Yeah.
fair.
Hang on. I'll just go over to the Dreaming City and take a look at what her name is.
Oh, Petra.
Petra.
That's the one.
Yeah.
So there is like a very clear relationship between Petra and Cade.
I mean,
That
would
it's
make sense.
Cade.
Yeah.
Hello?
But also at the same time, there's also not relationships, but there's callbacks to the fact that Cade was once a human and has a son.
Oh, yeah, and his son's name is Ace.
Yes, which is where the whole Ace of Spades comes from.
Yeah.
And once you get Ace of Spades, the whole lore book, when you use Ace of Spades, talks about how Ace was actually a person, and you kind of start to figure out that it was
Yeah.
Cade's son.
That's why when he
Yeah,
dies,
going through.
he like says, "I'll see you soon." Like, I'm coming to see you, or I'll see you soon, Ace.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, when you get to finally pick up the Ace of Spades and you go through that whole mission of collecting all his belongings, or you go through his 6 different
Yeah,
recordings.
his
Yeah.
chest, yeah.
Yeah, those are pretty heavy. That was a pretty deep mission, but I think that's also when they stopped using Nathan Fillion, so I couldn't get past that part.
It was
Yes.
very upsetting. I miss
I
Nathan
missed most of the
Fillion's
content,
voice.
to be totally honest, because the whole time I'm thinking, this is not him. This is not Nathan Fillion.
No, they
Yeah.
changed
Wait, what?
it to so hold
Yeah.
on.
The
Destiny,
reason
you're
why
dead
they
to me. You're dead. Done.
So the
Basically,
reason
yeah.
why they
It was
killed
Nolan
off
North.
Cade, yeah. The reason why they killed off Cade was because Nathan Fillion
Was
couldn't.
not around.
Well, yeah, I mean there was a conflict with things that Nathan Fillion was doing that didn't allow him. I think it was a movie or something that wasn't allowing him to be on Destiny anymore. So he had to leave Destiny, but they asked him to do the voice for the last season, and still it conflicted, so he couldn't record anything for the when he technically died. So halfway through that whole season of him dying, it goes from Cade's voice to Nathan Fillion, or
No, it goes
Nathan
from
Fillion to
to
Nolan
Nolan North.
North with no
It's
warning.
the guy who does Ghost, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they tried to make it as fluid as they possibly could, but you can tell there's just one mission where all of a sudden it's Nolan North, and you're like,
Yeah.
whoa.
Not
You can,
Castle
it's very
anymore.
off. He sounds like a very depressed Nathan
It's
Fillion.
excuse
Yes.
me. Hold up. It's not who anymore.
Castle.
No. Sorry. You're gonna.
It's Mal. Yeah, we
It's
only call
Mal.
him Mal.
You gotta.
No.
It's Mal. It's
Yeah.
it's Captain Mal.
It's Castle.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
Jess.
We
when I-
need
Okay,
we
so
need to re-educate these ladies because
I
No.
watched it. I watched. I watched Firefly.
I
so
love
the
Castle.
did you watch
reason
Serenity?
I got into this.
Yes,
Sure
yeah.
did, and
I
it's
was gonna
still
say-
Castle.
I can guarantee you that Alpha has not watched either of those things.
No, but
Oh.
I have watched Buffy the Vampire Slayer, which he was in.
Oh no.
Oh God! Oh God!
Yeah, I
No.
won't. I won't get behind
God.
that one. I'm sorry.
You need to go watch Firefly, and you need to watch the
She-
new arrangements because okay, so I
Yes.
watched Firefly
No,
way
we
back in
watched
the
it in order,
day,
yeah.
and the episode that they have first now, which is named Serenity, was actually I think episode 2 or episode 3, and it was a little more confusing back in the day. Since they switched the episodes around, it makes a lot more sense.
Wait, I think I have
Yeah.
seen some of this.
Like all the streaming services now have the episodes in the right order.
Yeah, we watched
So,
them on Amazon
have
and they
to-
were all in the correct order.
yeah.
Oh, I own it, cause yeah, I had
Well.
to buy
Yeah.
it.
What do you have
The
it on?
only
VHS?
reason-
Hey, I
the
have
only
Warehouse
reason I
13
started
on
playing this
DVD.
game was Nathan Fillion.
Hell yes, dude. Cade, really? When I found out he voiced Cade, I was like, "That's it. I'm one of those guys."
Yeah.
Whatever
Yeah,
he
he
is.
kept he kept telling me like, "Oh, it's Nathan Fillion." I'm like, "I don't know who the hell that is." And he's like, from Firefly, and I'm like, "Nope." And then
You
when he
should've said
finally showed
Castle.
me Firefly, I was like, "Oh my god, it's Castle!" And he was like, "Oh my
Yes!
fucking god!"
Okay. I'll admit I liked Castle. It was a good show, but he's always gonna be Captain Mal.
Don't let Nighthawk
Yep.
fool you. He watched Castle like religiously.
Yeah, I mean,
Uh,
Castle was a great show, but I also watched Firefly religiously before Castle.
Okay, I
Well,
can't
that was
remember
before I knew you.
her name, but his co-star in Castle. She's a great actress too.
Ikora?
No, Castle, not Firefly.
Oh, sorry,
Yeah.
sorry.
In Castle. What's in
I'm
the,
on it.
I know what she
uh,
looks like. I don't know her name.
I can't think of her in the movie name either. I want to call her Beck.
It was Beckett.
Beckett. Yeah.
You never really heard her first name. But I
I
think
don't-
it's like
I'm gonna-
Catherine Beckett or something.
Stana Katic or Stana Katic?
Yeah. There's a huge falling out between her and Nathan Fillion. That's
Yeah,
like
that's the
Castle
reason-
ending.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's the reason why Castle ended,
Well, that's unfortunate.
Yeah.
because they had a huge falling out.
It's,
But
yeah. We won't go into. Yeah. Anyway.
the more important thing is that yes, Nathan Fillion left.
And now
And-
Destiny
But
sucks.
And they didn't tell anyone.
A lot of people. No, they told people that it was happening. They did. They did say that it was going to happen and that we were losing mostly Cade and, yeah. But
we got to keep Ikora though, which is the closest thing to him.
Sweet.
Because
That's
she
true.
did, she was the first mate in Firefly.
Yeah.
yes,
Oh, that's right. I forgot.
Yeah.
I will say their voice cast is pretty damn sweet for this game.
All right.
Yes,
so-
it's a lot of A-listers.
I just wish that Vuvuzela wasn't such a.
Dude, he like panics for you all the time, but he's
Yeah,
like,
he
I'm never
does.
gonna leave this tower.
And then he gets moody. Like, what was with the whole like we can't leave to avenge Cade's death? We have to just sit here and
We
be
have
like,
to defend
oh,
the tower. That's our
Yeah.
job.
oh,
He's
poor.
everybody's worried mom.
Yes. He's the grandmother.
And you know, I think they like at this point. I have a feeling that Bungie's like screw character development for Zavala. Everybody loves him being such a like overprotective
Neurotic
mom.
mess.
Let's just keep him that way.
Yeah, I
Dude.
half expect him sometimes to come up to me and ask me if I'm eating enough, and I'm starting to look a little thin. And
And to try and feed you.
Have you
Yeah,
drank
but-
enough water today?
Do you have enough
Yeah.
ammo?
Yeah, right.
Do you need new gear?
Look,
Yep.
if you
Your gear
offered me
safe.
more gear, I'm here for it. Want to throw some exotics my way? Let's go.
Right? All right. So I guess we kind of bullshitting at this point. There is one last thing I do want to talk about on the podcast. Not that anybody here cares, but me. Halo 4 officially released on PC today. So if you have the Master Chief Collection, get that shit installed and go play it. It looks fucking amazing. Just saying.
All right, listen. I mean, Halo will forever hold a special place in I think every Xbox kid's heart,
Mm-hmm.
or actually, really
Wow.
any video gamer's heart, because it's Halo. That's like.
For me, it's Unreal Tournament.
Well, I was gonna say
Oh,
any
God,
any
Unreal.
young gamer's heart,
I mean,
Shots
because
fired. Ouch.
Halo was like the start of a lot of kids. That was their starting point. I am right there with you. I started on Unreal Tournament, but
yep. UT99. Fuck the
Yep.
world. UT4 is
sitting in
pretty
my
good.
sitting in my high school dorm room, playing UT,
Oh, God.
listening to heavy metal and just beating the crap out of things.
I'm so old.
I mean, I could have told you that, but
Who just said that? Did you just say you're so old?
Yes. Yes.
Okay, fine. You can have that one. I thought it was Nighthawk at first, and I'm like, you get back here.
No, no.
All Nighthawk with Grandpa all the time, but you know, it's fine.
listen,
Yeah.
just because I like to drink scotch and smoke cigars and sit by a fire does not make me old.
From what I understand, you're still sub 30.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm 28.
Mhm.
Yeah. Yeah, he's a whole decade younger than me.
Jesus. I joined the 30 club in like
Oh,
5 more
man.
days.
We might be the same age.
Hey, wait. Hold up. What?
If
Hang on,
he's
I gotta do
sub
1,
30
2,
and you're a
3,
decade.
4. Aw, thank God. Well, happy early birthday, Jess.
Oh, thank you.
You're almost
Why?
on
Oh,
my
thank
birthday, but
Oh,
not on my
yours-
birthday. I'm not telling.
Yours
Wait.
must be close to Thanksgiving.
I know this.
Nope.
You
Actually,
do
don't.
know it.
I
Yes,
know
she
this
does, because you
though.
said it.
You've told me, and it's like I'm stupidly good with remembering people's birthdays,
Okay.
and I can't pin it right now.
I'm willing to bet it's the 21st or the 23rd.
You got a 50-50 chance of being right or wrong.
So
The
if I wish you happy
it's the
birthday both
23rd.
days.
Yeah. Well, since we're doing birthday
It's the
wishes,
23rd.
so today is my daughter's birthday. So some of you guys know a PS4 leader called Lamp. His son Henry's birthday is November 24th. So
Which is the day after your birthday.
This is good math.
I'm not confirming or denying that.
Hmm.
Cause
Now Paige is gonna wonder how I remembered your birthday.
Wait,
We-
the 20. Who else's birthday is the 23rd that I know?
everybody's apparently.
No.
I mean,
Including
No, it's
Gobi.
his. You were thinking of his.
No, there is another person in my life that's birthday is on November 23rd.
Gobi, I just made a post-it note and I stuck it to my monitor. So
I do the same thing.
It's okay,
Uh.
Gobi, because I have a birthday present for you. So
You
that'll,
do?
that'll
I
be
do.
the
Talk about
first
it on
time
air?
in 10 years.
yep. Well, I have a birthday present for you.
It's just so you know, I haven't celebrated my birthday in a decade.
Okay,
Cause
well, we
fuck my
celebrate
birthday.
birthdays every year. And we give presents on birthdays. That's what we do.
Aw.
Oh my god, for his birthday this year, we should at the entire Gunslingers channel.
Oh,
Let's
it's gonna
not
happen.
do that.
It's
Oh,
it's
it's
going
gonna
down,
happen.
Gobi.
It is gonna happen.
Unfortunately, the add everyone tag is only for leaders and
Oh, don't
and you-
worry, I'll
and
let
you
our leader
don't-
know.
I was gonna say, you don't think Finn is not gonna jump on this train with me?
no.
Oh, yes.
It's
yes,
going down,
she
Gobi.
is.
It is going down.
I've been a gunslinger for I won't even say how many years. I'm old in GS as well,
10?
and close.
Gobi.
And
I think Bullet
but-
remembers.
Bullet, yeah, he's been around for a while. It was actually I joined August 23rd, 2013 at 7 something at night.
Hey,
Oh.
we met on August 23rd of 2012.
Jesus, do you have a calendar for this stuff?
No, she just remembers this shit.
Well, that was because
Wow.
we started dating a week later,
Oh, okay. That's fair.
and we met on
Well,
on like my best friend's birthday. So that's why I remember
Aw.
this.
Trey and
Women-
I met on March 19th of last year. He doesn't remember that, but I do.
It's a woman thing. I'm serious. It's a woman thing. We always get shit on for not remembering those things. It's not something guys think about. Anniversaries.
The only reason,
Sorry.
yeah, the only reason I can honestly remember her birthday is because it's my brother's birthday.
Yeah, his older brother and
Aw.
I have the same birthday, and his niece was born on our birthday
Oh,
this year as
yes.
That's
well.
excessive.
Yeah,
So I now share a birthday with two of the most important people in his
Yeah.
life.
my all-time best friend's like firstborn baby was born on her birthday.
Oh, well, I mean, that's cute, right?
Make it
I
easy.
don't mind sharing my birthday with her. It's totally fine.
You know, he'll never forget yours, so.
Exactly.
Well, if he forgets my birthday, he's screwed because he forgets two other people's in his lives' birthday.
And he's sleeping on the
True.
couch for like a year.
That also just means that I now have to buy 3 presents for the same day.
Ooh,
I
that's
know.
a rough day. Yep.
Do
Exactly.
So
a
it's
battle
like-
royale. Buy like one gift and have the 3 of them go at it.
Ooh.
Except for the fact that we're in 3 different time zones.
One's in California, one's in Boston, and one's here.
So
Even
you
better.
put the gift in a central location, you give them the GPS coordinates, and the first person there gets a gift. Problem
I'm here for it.
solved.
Like a cannonball run.
I like
Met
this.
me?
Modern
Do you-
problems require modern solutions.
I
Have you
liked
met
it.
me? Do you know how competitive I get?
Yes,
I don't,
yes we do.
don't like to
Yeah.
lose.
It's a gift. It'll be fine.
Exactly.
We're gonna
We're
find out
banking
when
on it.
all of us play Division 2 because Destiny 2 sucks.
We're
Oops, I'm
also
sorry.
gonna find out when everybody says happy birthday to Gobi on his birthday.
Oh, hey, hold up.
That's
Hey,
fair.
wait. So one thing you guys didn't talk about in Destiny 2 is crossplay. It might be coming.
Yeah,
That's
I-
still not a thing.
did forget to talk about that
We
one.
didn't forget to talk about it because it hasn't been.
It just doesn't exist.
Yeah.
It doesn't exist yet.
You're just
Um,
assuming it's not gonna exist until it actually exists.
No,
Exactly.
so
That's fair.
Smart.
let's go
Smart.
let's go this way. Basically, what they have said is that because Destiny 2 will be coming to Xbox Games Pass Ultimate in 2021, they are also milling around with the idea of releasing crossplay and cross save is really already there,
Yeah.
but crossplay mostly just because of that fact. Because they're obviously hoping to extend their reach of how many people they get playing, as well as now all of the people that are going from Xbox to PC and back and forth. They want them to be able to play with their already set groups and raids and all that glorious stuff.
I play a
But-
lot of games now just because they're crossplay.
Yeah.
It's a selling point. Like actually, No Man's Sky. All right, funny story.
Yep.
The reason all of these people that I know are into No Man's Sky, Nighthawk, all these guys, because I started playing it because of the crossplay update, and I was like, holy shit, this game is actually fun. And Bella, shout out to you. Yeah, she picked out. She's like, I'm not even gonna like this game. She's fucking addicted. Just saying.
Yeah, that is true. I have
I
been
mean-
seeing Gobi drag people into games more and more as we go on, but
Hey,
that's a
you know-
normal thing.
It came out in 2016. It got a lot of hate, and it deservingly. I'm not gonna lie, it deservingly got all of the hate it deserved. But it's not the same game. I mean, it's a totally different game now than it was, and
I will
just
agree
shows.
because, I mean, when I first looked at it, even when I built my PC, I looked at it again and was like, this might be something. I heard it was fun when it first came out, and then I heard it sucked when it first came out, and I heard all the reviews about it, and I was like, maybe I'll get it, but then I didn't, and then Hashtag Gobi's fault. I bought it.
It's
Kind of
good.
the story of my life. I mean,
I-
like,
It's
me
all my
buying
fault.
games because of Gobi is kind of like a normal thing at this point.
You might want to start an autobiography.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
We
name
can
it
title it that.
Gobi's fault. And just sell like hotcakes.
My PC is already named SSS Gobi's fault, so we've already got one thing there.
Yeah. Yeah. Holy shit. So yeah, I think we're gonna wrap it up. We've been on this for 45 minutes. It's a little longer than I
Holy
thought.
shit,
Yeah,
Well,
time flies when you're having
okay.
fun.
that's true.
You're not wrong.
You're right. So thanks again for joining in and talking with me tonight. And I appreciate all you guys, and all you guys do. So thanks and peace out. Thanks for listening.
Bye.
Hasta la vista.
Yeah.